box training, so you're down, up, in the line, remember on the toss. Okay. So what I like my players to do is eventually when we get them strong enough and moving efficiently enough, we want our players passing in the line of the serve. So wherever this line is coming, so if this serve is coming in this direction, here, Taylor. Okay. All right, let's say I want her to be in the line. No matter where this line is, her shoulders are going to be round. So if she's passing the ball here, that's fine. Now move up. Move up. See, her hips, but pass, yep, up, yep. Now go down. And so she's trying to find this line all the time. A lot of times what I see players doing is just sticking their hands out in this line. I want her actually taking one more shuffle. Yeah, and then she can pass anywhere in this line as long as her shoulders are round. All right? So what we're going to work on right here is what I want the players doing while they're in the line of the pass. Still working on the shoulders. Where you're going to see is a quick touch up, quick touch up. Very little platform movement is what I'm looking for when all the work in the legs here. Good. Touch up. Stay short. Stay forward. Stay forward. Good. 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 Okay, so then we'll go to the side of the box and we'll work on some angle work right here. Go ahead and start with that arm out. Right? Up. And all of this is a good time to talk about eyes, shoulders, hands. Are your shoulders where I want them to be? Is the background. I can see you being a little bit more round for this. A little more round. Good. Okay. And then we go to the other side of the box and we'll do the same thing. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so this will all be kind of a progression that we'll do very quickly. Time on this, probably about 10 minutes. But again, this is all individual stuff. I'm not spending time during team practice doing this stuff. Then what we go to progress into is the footwork. All right, and I'm actually going to go on this side over here. Talk to you guys about that. Early on, when we first got here, these guys had a really difficult time knowing how to move efficiently. Would you agree with that? Yeah. I like a step, shuffle, shuffle. It's 3 steps. We had a 2-person passing system last year. I think you can cover all the ground you need in 3 steps. So let's just, for example, Taylor, come on in here, right here. I want you to pass this ball right here with a step, shuffle, shuffle. Go. Right, right? Step, shuffle, shuffle, pass. Okay? Now, same thing. Right here. Step, shuffle, shuffle. Okay? But it's all repeatable. And that last step is more of a rhythm step than anything else. The first step, I want it to be strong, and what I'm looking for in their first step is this push right here. Okay? You're making this angle with the ground. We're stepping in the direction of the ball. So it's step, shuffle, and then you're finding your rhythm in. Okay, that's what that last shuffle is for. So what I'll do early on when players are just learning this skill, just learning the skill, all I'm going to do is I'm going to have somebody on the ground right here. Carol doing the same thing over there. Okay? And Carol's going to roll a friendly ball, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the foot in the direction that Taylor's moving. So when she's moving right, I'm watching her right foot. And I'm also watching the left to see if she's pushing. Okay? So you didn't pick up. Step, push. Good. Step, push. Good. Step, push. And then once they get their feet, I'm like, all right, now do this and stay level. Step, push. That's good. Step, push. And this can be a warm-up drill. And this can just be, all right, you're on for 25 seconds, rotate. Okay, go ahead, rotate. Demi, you're up. Ready? Go. Step, push, see, step, go somewhere. Let that take you somewhere. Good. Good. Level. Step, shuffle, shuffle. Good. Step, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, so that's how I incorporate that, and that's how I teach that. A lot of times, athletes at the younger age, to move this direction, they want to pick up here first, and then move. Okay, I'm trying to eliminate unnecessary movement, because the more movement you have, the more opportunity you have to make a game. That's what I think. So a lot of kids, what you'll see, if you try to incorporate this, you're going to see them pick up and then push over. I want to get rid of that. I want this to be their automatic. Okay? And then how we warm up every day. Go ahead, we're just going to do step, shuffle, shuffle. We'll do similar to the star drill, but we're just doing this so they can get their rhythm. Get their rhythm right now. And what I'm looking for in this, first step, and then are they transferring their weight back instead of using their arms? Okay, so let's go ahead. Stay level, stay level. You can go a little slower, Henry. Are they getting 3 steps in? Yep, step, shuffle, shuffle. Transfer that weight back in. Transfer, yes, that's exactly what I want. Finding the line, down, up, transfer in. Finding the line, down, up, transfer in. Good. Good. Okay? Good. And this is going to take a lot of time. This is going to take a lot of time for your athletes to be able to get a yes, that right there. Fight it, yes. They're in the line, they're fighting in, shoulders around, tracking in, good. And a lot of times what I'll see is the automatic for balls that are going deep. Go ahead. Yes. That's great, but not. Okay, the automatic for people, go ahead and get in your stance, your passing stance here. Okay, when they see a ball that's going deep, they're going to want to do this. Okay, it's going to take a lot. Then you want them moving as if there was a belt on their waist here. Okay, so they see a deep ball, ready to go. Okay, so they're leading with their torso, and they're all staying balanced and level. Balls in front, we go ahead and we teach a T-stop. Okay, so that's a 1-2 hop split. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Right, 1-2 split, up, good. 1-2 split, up, good. 1-2 split, yeah. 1-2 split. 1-2 split. Okay. All right. So that's our progression there, and I will have these guys in early. We'll get through all of that probably 20 minutes. All of that, and it's just boom, 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 boom. Early on, it wasn't that because I wanted to make sure that they were doing it right. And then we'll get to the live serve. Let's see what we have here. You guys saw a little bit of the star drill yesterday. We're just going to run through that real quick. We did that during our practice. This is something that I implemented for Taylor because Taylor was getting really, really good at this rhythm stuff. Really, really good at it. And then a faster ball would come, and once she was out of rhythm, then she struggled a little bit. And so, okay, fine. I'm going to take away this element of rhythm, and I'm just going to make sure that you're moving in an efficient way that allows you to recover. So let's go ahead and see. And all this is, she's going to hit a bunch of different points. She's going to pass side first, right? Pass side, pass center, pass deep, pass center, pass back, pass center, pass here, and all the way through the stop. And let's just go ahead and get out. All right, here we go. Good. And so what I'm looking for right here is she pushing? Is she staying level? What foot is she pushing off of? Are her shoulders round? What are her eyes doing? Good. Right now she's doing pretty good. Staying level, recovering from there. Pushing in the right direction. Recover, recover. Good. Good. T-stop. Good. Push forward. Next up. Here we go. Push. Good. Level. Good. Transfer in. Good. Good. Came up that time. Stay level. Good. Good. Push drive. Recover. Recover. Good. Track it in, Timmy. Track it in. There you go. Good. Stay round. Star Wars. Good. Good. Okay. All right. And then we'll do this. Do some of that stuff. Any questions so far? What I'm looking for? Yes. I think that's kind of up to these guys. I like it because I'm just a big rhythm geek. She was asking about the input of the toss, if that's on purpose or there's a lot of different things, if there's a preference. I mean, I could ask these guys. I like, yeah, we made it tough. This one's swinging all over the place. Okay, and so what we're doing is we're creating an environment. All right, you can cast an easy serve perfectly. It's beautiful. But guess what? They're not all easy and they're not all trying to be nice. So, we have incorporated that. Go ahead. I'll show you the things I'm looking for. What I want with her is a relax and a low. And I want you guys just watching her ankles. Okay? Relax, low. Okay? Yeah. Relax, low. Now, The girl's name is Zeus. I don't know why. First time we used them, they had bruises all over. Yeah, boxes. Okay, so all of that stuff that you guys just saw, this is all done away from team practice. Taylor will come in individually, get some extra stuff in. I'll have my masters before practice for about 45 minutes. I'll work on this kind of stuff. Or anything that I see exposed in matches or fall. Okay, and then if you guys don't have a box, that's fine. Just standing on the ground is perfectly fine. We're going to work on what you're just going to do. Now we're just going to go with the flip circle. So go ahead, let's do a short flat right now. So things I'm looking for right here, I mean, I'm still kind of talking technique here, all right? It's not a score. I want them to be mindful. I want them searching for information. Okay? All right, hold on. And now I'm going to amp it up, and now we're going to say, okay, you guys serve the right one, short or deep, but the only way that you guys get a point is if your first step is in the direction of the ball, regardless of the result. First step has to be good. Okay, so if it's short, your first step has to be short. If it's short, you're right, your first step has to be right. All that. So this is where I really start, and this they're going to look back. Okay, I'm just saying it. This always gets in the athletes, but you got to encourage what you're training. I want efficiency. I want certainty. I want you searching for this information over here, make the job easy. Okay, here we go. Point in. And now I'm going to do a competition. Okay, these guys serve at the same time. First and 5. Ready? Go. Point in. You got it. Point in. No, negative step back. You guys see that? You guys see a negative step back? No, false step forward. And this is when you really see their self-confidence. No. No, gotta push drive to the left. Right, stay level. Don't miss the stuff. Good, Debbie. How many is that? No. All right. And that's kind of how we go about bouncing. All right. And we'll do a lot of things. We'll go, cross court, short, flat, we'll drive deep, work on all kinds of things. I want to touch on overhead reception. I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. I don't train it because I think it's lazy. I think once you give the athletes that option, they just get lazy. So I'm not opposed to it. And, if they want to implement it, they use it. Cool. Team passing here. Any questions about the individual passing? You guys want to touch on it? A lot of individual stuff is just done away from our practice. Stuff to do real quick before we go to the team stuff. A lot of times, it's difficult for athletes to work on their game on their own. And so what I will have them do, let's go ahead, grab that posted ball, and then we'll go over that ball over there. So, foul the ball on the wall, takes these guys probably 20 minutes to get just a foul on their own. Right? So what I'm looking for, and they can make it fun, they can do a lot of different things. Go ahead and toss yourself, round shoulders. I'm watching their legs. I don't want their platform doing anything. So it's all legs, rhythm. Okay, all off your right leg, go. Right leg, good. Shoulder drop, rhythm, eye training, and left leg, go. Okay, 2 right, 2 left, go. Right, left, go. See, but all of this, and this takes training, because your kids are going to want to do this. It's much easier, right? So all of this, I'm watching hips. Are they moving? Are they pressing? Okay? And then we can go, all right, fine, let's do one seam on. Isolate that. What does that look like? Okay. All legs. Good. Now left. And what I want to see, and I'd like to want our stuff because it's going to be a little less controlled. And you see what Taylor's doing here, where she's not moving anything, it's just sticking. What I would like to see is that here. I want to see this all working together like this, all right? Try it. All working together. Up, go ahead and bring it. Take that, move. Take it on the same knee, Get your body so it's the same knee. Lift this legs. Okay, so watch your feet here. Watch your ankles. This is what I'm trying to get out of here. This ankle bend, moving around. Okay, so you guys get all kinds of creative with that. You go right, left, so we take back toe stuff, you go high, medium, low, low, high, all kinds of things. So that's the way they work on their game, on their own. Easy way to get 1,000 touches or more. And then you can do some of the go-to stuff on your own, what we just saw, or double knee passing if you're just wanting to work on, I'll have to go ahead and show what that looks like. Just, okay. And see now we're working on some more curls here. Okay? All right, so on to team passing. Any questions about that? All right. Things that I am big on. I hate nothing more than balls falling in the seat. And so, what I have these guys do is no matter where the ball is, there's a constant flow. There's a constant flow. Even if Anne-Marie is receiving here, the ball's served there, I should see some type of acknowledgement that the ball is going this way. I'm with my teammates. I'm with this passing pattern. Okay? Serve coming from Carol. Okay? We teach face the server. All right? Face the server. Anne-Marie's going to be a little bit deeper. Taylor's going to be, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm just relative to the center, holding around here. And then Demi's going to get a little bit more time to react to a deep ball. And we think that this ball right here gives a lot of people fits, especially on a front row attacker. We don't want them going to their knees and have too much position or get to a set. So we will have a little bit of a diagonal pattern here, okay, according to where Carol is coming from. You guys can see that. And then if these guys face the server, stick your arms straight out. Okay. Okay, and this is how we establish seams. Okay? So Demi is in charge of the short seam forward, deep seam back. Taylor is in charge of the short seam. Go ahead, let's show this. Okay, go ahead, short seam. Good. Come back, you're staying. No, come back in. Okay? Yep. Okay? So that's kind of what we're doing. It's pretty neat. Let's give these guys a hand because also nothing I've ever seen. Ever. Okay. So ball coming from the center. Go ahead and show what that looks like. We don't see a lot of 6-zone servers. Yeah, like that. And then, you kind of work out the seams. And then zone 1 server. Oh. Yeah, back and forth. Okay. So again, the diagonal and then the responsibilities. Demi has short seam. In here, good. Stay. Anne-Marie, stay. Okay. Taylor has deep seam. Same thing over here. Short seam, deep seam. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay. These guys are going to do just serve. Okay. Sometimes we will isolate seams and just serve straight into the seams. But right now, I want you guys paying attention to the relax and the low and the communication. There are times that the only way they can score points is they can call the ball and confirm before it crosses the net. Getting these guys to talk to each other. Right? Let's see what this looks like. Go ahead and alternate anywhere you want to go. Get them. Good. And all of them obviously are flowing to the line. Good. Yes, exactly right. Good. And as soon as Demi sees that this ball is taken by team, there's confirmation. Because a lot of times the kids forget to confirm and then you spook this one. Right? But if she hears that Demi is with you, you're on the same page, she can stick through that. All in the midline. Good job. Keep going. Okay, now what I will tell is to use what your mama gave you, and get behind that ball and bump them out of it. Okay? Here we go. Okay, so what just happened there, my feedback to her will be, yeah, she hinges. Okay? You see this a lot on deep serves from people. That's what they want to do to get the ball up there. Right? You don't need that. Okay, all you need to do is a nice strong angle. Okay, so you need, yep, here. Well, that's exactly what we want. Even though her shoulders were up, behind her knee, she was still round. That's why she was able to control that ball, which was very different than Taylor, who took that out and tried to force that over. Okay, that's what we want. Here we go. Yes. Now, I'm okay with that outside the body because she wasn't reaching, it was still inside that knee. Go ahead. Yes, good. Relax. Okay, so that's kind of what we do for technique. Okay? And then what I do is I put a score on it. So let's go ahead, you guys are just going to go out. Let's go ahead and jack out. Okay? Jack out, 24. You guys see 24? Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's a game, they get 10 balls, they have to get 24 points. 10 balls, 24 points. Now, this is common. I actually had to talk with these guys yesterday. Is there a score on the board? Then what matters? Winning. So what I'll tell you to see is a player makes a mistake, and I'm like, oh, maybe you regret that. We're supposed to do this. No, winning. It has to be. And you guys have to coach those guys. They have to have a light switch. They have to have a switch. It's time to play. It's time to compete. Okay, go. Your serve, 2. The ball, 5. Good. 8 ball. 10. Next game, 5-4-3. You guys saw that game. Any questions about that? And that's kind of what we do.
A lot of reps. She said a lot of wall reps. So we're just now getting started, guys. So we're all good. So we're, kind of our focus right now. And I know we started about 2 minutes early, but KT was really fired up to get started. It's when they walk into the gym, they do wall work, okay? And so whether it's a routine or something they do, these guys have been setting a lot of balls. So I haven't given them a wall routine to do. Every other center I've ever had, they've had a routine. This is what you do when you go to the wall. So right when you walk in, so we get an hour to warm up before a match. It sounds crazy, right? You guys get what? 9.5 minutes? Something like that. We get an hour. And these guys will go and they'll do some stuff before we take the court. Before they take the court for practices. So just show me some of the things that you guys are doing here when you get in. So 2 hands. And how often do you guys do this? How many times? 100 balls?
I mean, like, how many times? 100? Yeah. Like, we do 100, so make the close.
Okay.
You know, if we do 100, we do like 50, right?
Okay, 50 with one hand, and then they'll go to the other hand, 50 on the other, so they'll do about 100 close. Okay, then after you're doing that, then what?
Step back.
Step back and set. Right. And you can see there's a little bit of a rhythm that's kind of going on here. There's a rhythm. They're not just playing in here doing anything. They're finding a rhythm. Okay? And their hands are up above their head. Okay? They're not in, you talk about, this is, think of a house. This is ground floor, this is the basement, they're up here in the second or even the third story. First story, second story, third story. Or if you want to think of it, 4 ahead, they're at their 8 head. Okay, so what else you guys doing?
That's like our basic wall work, but you can do a lot
Okay,
of
so let's do squares. So they're moving here and they're keeping the ball above their head. This is a problem. A lot of people, when they're taking the ball, when they've got to get down, they'll bring their hands down rather than taking their feet down here. So they're learning to move into that. Let's, how about we shuffle? So shuffle across and shuffle back. They're just learning to control. Here, and how about even something crazy? Can you set the ball and twist your body? I just said the word crazy when you did that. So that's really hard. It's even harder than it looks right now. It's, so they'll do stuff like that, or step away and set and let the ball bounce. So now they're working on getting their feet to the ball, and what I want them to do is not lower the hands and find a spot. Okay, this will be easier for you. Try to set the ball in that box. Set the ball in that box, and you make up an imaginary box. They'll see. And so now they're having to really kind of concentrate. As you can tell, we don't have any balls in here, so we had to have this thing built. So we'll do stuff like that. How about set to yourself and side set? So I'll throw it backwards. I'll throw it backwards. Yeah. Okay, now let the ball bounce on the floor. So step away, let the ball bounce on the floor. Set to yourself and side set. Okay. Set to yourself and side set. Okay, so face the ball, set to yourself, turn, side set. You know, so at the beginning of practice, we're doing, stuff like this. And what I would do is give them a routine that they've got to do before you start practice. So if you only have 2 hours of practice, well, you want to take 20 minutes of this over there. No? Maybe not. Give them a sheet of paper, plan it up against the wall, be there the first time that they do it, or the first couple of times, and then they're off and running. They're getting their contacts on their own, a couple hundred, a few hundred, maybe 800 before practice begins. And they can get hundreds of reps in 10 minutes. Your setter should be doing that. Your setter, I don't care if you're 5th grade or 12th grade, your setter should be doing stuff like this before every practice. They should probably be doing it on their own. So a few other things that we can kind of do if we're, just doing, somebody talked about strength training and things. So we can do some stuff like that LC face beat with the ball. Get down on your rear end and get that feet with your body. So hands up. And so we can either get touches like this. Sometimes we'll have our entire team do stuff like this, maybe during preseason or something. And so, there's a great burn that goes on with this. And I can, as I'm talking, she can just kind of stay into this position right here. And we can do something like that. And, if I really, hold on, what are you doing? And so, we can really get in there and just, set here and go. I can even, hello, and hello, and hello. And so we can do something like that and kind of build it. And so she can even do some fancy stuff, spider stuff and things. And this is just do stuff like that, or she can have her legs together and go front back, this. And, just getting a handle on the ball, getting that, playing around with it. So, we want our players to be able to kind of do that, to be able to, when you're setting, you've got to be able to take the ball in different positions. Now, she's probably not setting it quick between her legs, but it's just kind of a fun thing as well. So we'll do some, grab the Yeah, we'll get to that here. So what is all of this looking like? Right? There's a lot of different ways that you can set. There's three, I think, what are popular ways. There's people that are setting and they are this, okay? And then there is a way that is this, right? And then there's this, okay? And that's how we set. More of a catch and release. Catch and release is how we are set, okay? And there is very, very good, this right here, this is a very Asian style, and this right here, this is a lot more, I don't know, a lot of the Mountain West teams will do a lot of this here. And there's some really good setters. We like this for, our reasons. So that's what we're going to teach. I'm not going to say the other two styles are wrong because, there's people on Olympic teams that are set that way. We got to have a philosophy, and that's ours. So this catch and release. So how do we get to that? How do we, what's all of this looking like? And so you guys kind of follow along. I want to put both down. You guys are going to do this, and coach, you guys can do this as well. We'll talk about, especially with beginning setters, we'll say, all right, put your hands on a table. Act like your hands on a table. So this has to be flat. Okay? Not like this, it's not like this. Hands on a table, arms are just down. It's this. And then we'll say, all right, we want you to form a triangle with your fingers and your thumbs. Hands on the table, form a triangle. And then we'll say, spread your fingers. Then we'll say, spread your hands. So it's kind of like this, still on the table, and your thumbs and your fingers are about the same distance there. Spread your fingers, spread your hands, and then we'll want bring your hands back just a little bit. Not all the way back, but bring it back a little bit. Okay? And now I want you to raise your elbows. Okay? And this is what this should look like. And so it's not this, okay? Because your fingers aren't the same distance as your thumb. There still needs to be, when you're raising your elbows here, that this triangle still happens here. Right? This triangle still happens, and your hand should look like a ball. It shouldn't look like you're holding a, Pepperidge sausage. No, it should look like this. It should look like a ball. And so we talked about raising our elbows rather than raising our hands. You raise your hands and you lose all of this. We're wanting the elbows raised. And now when we're up here and you're seeing that this, right, this is in here, it's near, the hands are up here, right, shaped like a ball, and this is good. So that's how we're wanting all of this to look like. And then as we're going to set, we're wanting there to be, as they're going through and they're pushing through, we're wanting there to be spring in this, okay? And so, why don't you guys face each other and grab actually have one of you sit down and use that. And we're just gonna get her feeling this kind of catch and release. So I want her, KT's gonna toss to her, and Elsie's gonna catch and then go. So catch and release. So we're getting her to feel this with her hands. We're strengthening her hands, we're strengthening her shoulders, and we're getting her to feel this. And you did a lot of this work growing up, didn't you? A lot. She hasn't done this in the years she's been here, but coming up, she did a lot of this. And I've had a lot of my players do this. She just has so many of these reps, we don't do this for her. So it's that, and then we would, and we'd have her do this with this, the same thing, with she's catching and releasing, catch and release, and I'm looking to make sure that all the fingers are on the ball, okay, and because that's, and hold, catch, okay, so if you're looking at all of her fingers on it, and sometimes she doesn't get this on there, sometimes that happens, right, and the pads of the fingers are what contact the ball, okay, So that's, as she's going and continue to do that, those are some of the things that I'm looking at, is this spring here. Okay, so we'll come up and we'll do back to the med ball, and you know the feeling. Just do chest passes back to each other. So this is kind of what we're doing here. So they're stepping and going and getting the feel for that. So when you're how you chest pass, that's how we're kind of wanting to set. And as they're going here, is their hands extending, extend, and they're kind of staying here, okay? And so now let's go toss, no, we're gonna stay with this, but above your head and just catch and release, just back and forth. Catch, release, catch, release. Okay, so you know, and I'm looking to see, you know, are their hands on the ball, and it's, you know, it's getting them to feel this, all right? All right, hold on. Okay, now I want you tossing, and I want you to jump to catch and release. So now this really gets tough. This is actually a lot tougher than what she's going to make it look like. And so I want her catching the ball, catch, and then go. So that she's not setting, catch, and then go. Yes, catch. And so I'm wanting her to feel this. Okay, now back and forth. Now this is high level. This is tough. Catch. The back and forth makes it really, really fair. Catch. Now hold up there. What is unfair, what you guys don't know, is she has an injury that she hasn't been playing with. So the make her injury. He's having some problems. That is but that's kind of what the build that we're doing. The thing that is really, really tough here is that you feel in the core as well. I mean, they're having to be strong in the core. The other thing is body parts can't go all over the place. And a lot of setters' body parts go everywhere. So we're wanting that catch and release. That's what we're kind of looking for. And then when we get a ball, so let's okay, do that. Just off the toss. We go to this, and maybe we'd have a basketball that would kind of go between the two. So we'd have red ball, basketball, and this, but you guys can picture basketball. So just toss, catch, and release. Jumps. So we do a lot of, after they do the wall workout, we might do some of this type of stuff here. We kind of get the goal. It's T, can you grab me the big yoga ball, please? Thank you. All right, so that would be this would be some work that we do to get them to train the hands, to get the hands of what we want to do. One of the things is I'm seeing different setters, different problems here. So the next thing, as we're following through, their hands should look like they're hearing each other. Okay? And so they shouldn't be having one finish over here, they shouldn't be crossing. There should be this kind of this triangle should be maintaining. So as I'm tossing here to both of these guys, go ahead and just sit. So they're just what the hands are kind of looking like as they're going through. They're maintaining, they're kind of mirroring each other. That's what we're wanting. Okay. Sometimes what I'm seeing here is players when they're setting like this. Maybe you guys have setters that are doing this stuff, or their butts are out, and so we're wanting them underneath here. She's got that issue at times. So maybe one of the things we do to help correct that is face me. Okay, and so she has to have her hips underneath her to do this. She has to have that underneath. So that would be a problem that we fix. So there's sometimes get to help, sometimes you won't. Sometimes there's times that she'll get to this posture here, and so we're wanting this underneath her, and this back kind of straight, and she's in that posture. Is that how you feel comfortable? Okay. So she's underneath rather than this right there. So a training tool that we may have is them getting on, especially with young kids, that's great. You know, she can feel it, so I don't need to get her on this. To go, the young kids are having a tough time feel that, so maybe part of the routine early on, get them on that big ball, one set, we're just tossing balls, and then go. All right, so let's have you guys come over here to this board. Set to yourself a back set.
That's tricky.
Set to yourself a jump set. Okay, if that bothers you, stay down. Okay, one of you set really, really fast and flat. The other one set really, really a moon ball. Frozen rope. Frozen rope. That's a loopy ball. Straight. Boom. Put a hole through her forehead. Boom. There you go. So they're through her forehead. Flat. Bang. Flat. Make it like a bullet coming out of the gun.
Tight.
Okay, and then switch. Then switch on the clock.
Up, switch.
All right, boom, moon ball. Okay, so we'll do stuff like this, just so they're getting a touch and feel for the ball. You may even sit there, right, hold up, and set to yourself and go down, touch a knee, and then your rear end, and then your back. So just set to yourself and go all the way down. And so they're just controlling. Just coming up. So these may be some warm-up stuff that we're doing. Okay, we can even do some other warm-up stuff. Come over here on the sideline. We may have the entire team do this as part of their active stretch. They're just walking across, setting to themselves, and when they come, then walk backwards as you're coming back, and then when you get back here, get into a jog. These are all just things just to get them touches on the ball. And then run backwards with the back, and we'll do shuffle. And a great line in the skip. Carry over to the skip, whatever. We'll do stuff like that. It's come on over. Court, how you doing, kiddo? Come on over here. Let's hear from Corey Thomas. It's all right. I want you sitting. You're going to sit here, and I want you going to that sideline, setting for yourself. We've got 3 sets, and then I want you to turn around. I want you to, on your 4th set back to here, Court, who's going to go and set 3 times for yourself, and then come back here and set to Amber. 4th, yeah. 2, 3, turn, push all the way over there. 1, 2, 3. I've got younger kids. I may give them 5 sets. They've got to get squared. 2, 3, squared. You see the non-centered spun set, and that happens a lot. So you see how she got squared around at 2 sets. 2, 3, squared. We're going to see get to that sideline. Get to the sideline.
You're going in. Push! Oh, yeah.
All right, the back sets when you get over there.
Yeah. Push
3,
it.
push. Wow. Come around here. 2, 3, push.
Yeah.
1, 2, come on, Hickey.
Push! Oh,
All
yeah.
right, not bad. All right, so we'll do stuff like that. warm-up type of things that we would do. And maybe what I would do is, you know, I could put something on a wall. This is going to be your Monday warm-up. This is going to be your Tuesday. So every day there's some ball work for like 3 or 4 minutes of ball work. And then for the next 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever it is, we're going to do some other dish or partner stuff, something like that. And so maybe Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, or one thing, Tuesday, Thursdays, or something else, something like that. So then we'll have, trying to be cognizant of the times here. It's, why don't you come over here and give me a couple of targets here. It's athletic posture that is ready to pursue balls, okay? And a lot of the players will be in this hang dog position. They're just kind of hanging out, almost all of them. She was kind of doing that, weren't you? And what we're trying to get them, what happens is when these setters are here and they're watching, now they have to get loaded to go after the ball. Right? There has to be a load when you're here. And almost all of the times, that load is this. Right? You've got to do this to load, to get that push, that traffic, you know, that sprint. And so we're wanting then the gray setters turn one option passes into 2 or 2 option passes into 3. And this is a big part of this. Are they in this posture ready to go? And so we will look at that from a movement standpoint of them going after the ball, gaining and facing. So they are always facing where the ball is coming from. And so as I'm going and tossing, that's a big, are they facing where this is going? Now, as I'm working with our players here, I'm also coaching these. She's doing a great job as she's been coached. My eyes need to be on her. They can't be on her. And so she has to bounce the ball in a way so that it's coming right on my hips as I'm going. And I have to coach this as well. Or you've got to get somebody to hand to you, and this person is bouncing to that person they're handing. But I see a lot of times when this, you know, bounces away from me a little bit, and this is happening. Well, I'm not coaching. I'm just inputting balls here when I'm doing this. So she needs my eyes on her. She needs my eyes on her.
not be neutral here, or she's going to go back. This would not be neutral. So we're wanting her to be this, and using more of her hands and wrist to get this ball back rather than her back. That's not great mission. So, ball. She's, in our offense, she's setting a high ball, what we call a 9, and then a slide with what we call a DDC guard. That's what she is looking like with the hands and on her back step. You can see she is getting squared to the target to go. Okay, so now let's talk about different balls when reversing flow. As we're training here, I want you to go, when you move forward, I want you to jack it back. When you go back there, I want you to get around it. I want you to set it off. Getting around. You can see she's staying facing me, and getting around it. This is good movement here. What I see a lot, even at the college level, is players will be in this posture, the ball will pass here, and then we'll do this. And your team's going in. And you've got to have your back to the net, you've got to be opened up, and on this ball, you've got to run around it. Rather than backpedaling, because the steps will be cracked. Now, she does a really good job with this ball here, of running, getting around that ball and making that set. And as we can really stretch her out right now and really go. She's really got to get into this now. So we just spin the ring. Okay, so that would be balls on the net that we would be working on, reversing the flow here.
And let's talk about balls off the net. So this is an off the net ball, and she is getting around this and making this set. So this is a ball that's a little bit off. It's got some height on the pass. She squares up. She passes this. Let's see what this is. It just goes. She's getting around it. Now, but what happens when we're going back here? Okay, so it's off here, and this is it's a shocking experience, Coach Lauren Carlino. It's I'm sorry. If anybody wants some money back in this clinic because of that joke, just let me know. It's she was doing a lot of this here, and taking the ball in her midline and setting this ball back, trapping our slide hitters and our right side hitters a lot. And that's really, really common. A lot of people do that. What we've been working with her on is setting this, getting around the ball, but setting the ball off of her right eye. Setting the ball off of her right eye to get that. So she is, we'll just have her just standing there and getting her to feel this ball. So it's not over her midline, and you know, a straight line is probably better. This is Wisconsin education. When we, with her, she can all still alternate between D's and 9s. And so we're getting her to feel that. Then go ahead and start at the net. And she. Ball. Now keep going with that. So we're there, and you can see when she's coming off here, this is more of a right eye set. And that's beautiful. This is more of a right eye, and it doesn't, if you're back here, this set will be either way out here, or it'll be right on top of here. But it's not a really good rhythm ball back here. So that right eye, I think, gives you a really nice rhythm. Let's talk about spin set, because sometimes you just can't get there with 2 feet. And as she's going out here, she's going to spin off of her right foot, and that's going to get her around that, and
Nice ball to the outside. So she's got to be in a little bit of a hurry there, spin sets, and 12-year-olds need to be trained to do this. I mean, the youngest kids are. It's an athletic move, and so we'll spend some time training that. Now a ball that is, and we'll do it both ways, but now a ball that is back here, right? This will be a left, right, left spin move off of the left when they're coming off and back, right? Off and back will be a spin move off of their left foot, right? Off and back, spin move left. This is obviously a tough move that is that's good stuff. And all of this ball and this spin move, I don't think you sit there and say, well, my kids can't do that. Yes, you will probably be trained to do this move when you were 12. Probably. Oh, okay. And so it's just them being athletic. And so we don't do a lot of talking about left, right, lefts and things like that. We tell them to be athletic. Get to the ball. Get to the ball. Now, what we don't want to do, now, the only way that I would say about their feet is if she took tiny little baby steps to get after the ball. Okay? And so I'm not going to do that again. Little tiny little baby steps. So that I've got to say something about. Okay? So, can we get that in like 3 steps or something? Okay? Get there, stretch out. Okay? So that looks a little bit more
She's been doing that move
athletic
since
right
she was
there.
12.
So that's my feedback to
they
these
can start to
guys
learn how to do
is
this,
not
that kind of stuff.
left, right, left, or left, right, something like that. It's not that. I don't see basketball players doing that stuff. Even the post players are working on footwork stuff, but it's not that. I want them being athletic, get their feet to the ball. Their right foot should be in front when they're setting, and they should transfer their weights, because if their left foot is in front, and they go to set, the ball's going to be set on the net or over the net. And we're wanting the ball to be kept off the net, so that's why we're in this posture. And we're wanting this ball to be, we want our hitters to be able to hit with range. And we want them to be able to hit different shots. We want them to be able to hit high. Okay? So we don't want balls going past the antenna where, they've got to go out this. So those are some of the footwork stuff that we will do there. It's we will spend some time in training. Give me why don't you pass, and Elsie, why don't you come from one, and or why don't you be an outside target here? So we'll work on some stuff where it's actually why don't you set as well. T, why don't you come down here and be a target for me? You guys are just all raised around, right? And we'll work on the movement here on them coming from rotation 1, penetrating the net, and setting either the go or some type of back set. Okay? So for this, and we'll just alternate, and the stuff that we'll talk about here is when they're in a ready position here, they've got to look like they've got to get somewhere. They're leaning forward and they're going, and that step has to take them somewhere. I see a lot of people, they're in this posture, they're waiting, they're just reacting, they're in this. I'm not ready to go anywhere here. I'm wanting them to hear. And then when they're stepping, I want that step to go. I don't want this to be a negative step. And then their goal, you should say it once or twice and you should be done with this. That's not really what they're focusing in on. She is focused, these guys are now focusing in on, I want you getting here and being balanced before she passes the ball. And that's the trick of this. Get there, balance.